Welcome to Medicine Hat Junior B Cubs Hockey on Monarch Community Programming. I'm Jeff Allen. Today's game features the Ponoka Stampeders and the Junior B Cubs. The Junior B Cubs have started the season with a record of 2 wins and 1 loss. Their opponent, the Ponoka Stampeders, have lost twice, including a 7-2 defeat yesterday to Picture Butte. Joining me is assistant coach Brett Gourdet. Brett, 2 losses to start the season. Not what you wanted, but tell me how things are going.
It's going good. We have a lot of young guys. It's going to take some time to get the rookie mistakes out and start putting the puck in the nets.
You've got a lot of guys straight out of midget?
A lot of guys straight out of midget. Actually, a lot of guys from the midget team that won provincials last year in Ponoka. So but they're doing well. They're adjusting to the game, and it might just be a couple more games.
Now, you played last year. You're helping out this year, and you're just kind of chomping at the bit, aren't you?
Yeah, it'd be nice to be out there, that's for sure. Play with the guys.
Harry York is the head coach. He didn't make the trip today. Ex-NHLer Harry York. That's a nice thing for your team to have.
Oh yeah, the experience that he can bring to the ice and show all the guys everything. He's really good with them. And he's really good drills, so he's going to help a lot with his organization.
And what kind of game do you play?
We play we like to do banging. Like, get in there and get the puck out of the corners. With a young team, we got to play the body. We don't have a lot of actual skilled goal scorers, so our way to score is we got to go to the net and go for the rebound.
Good luck today.
Yeah, thank you.
That's assistant coach Brett Gourdet of the Ponoka Stampeders. I'll be right back after this short break.
Perkins Family Restaurant is proud to sponsor coverage of the Transline Pipeline Cubs. After the big game, be sure to bring the team in for a bite to eat. Perkins Family Restaurant for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and everything in between. 2301 Trans-Canada Way.
The Medicine Hat Junior B Cubs have started the season with 2 wins and 1 loss, all 3 games at home so far. Joining me is head coach Kevin Turner. Kevin, what do you say about the start?
Well, there's no doubt, after our home opener, we knew we had to do some work and we had to have a chat with our guys. And, they came out that second game, proved to everybody that, they can play 60 minutes of hockey. The last game that we played here on Friday, again, they stepped up their game. They had a couple of lapses, but they were able to recover and get back into the groove. So at this point in time, we're happy with where we are. We're happy with what we have, and we're going to go forward and see what happens in this game.
You feel the guys are getting the message? 60 minutes is what it's going to take to win in this league?
Well, there's no doubt they're getting the message, and the message is coming from on the ice. From coming on. They go out and they have to skate hard with these guys, and they have to do it for the full 60. For the full 60 minutes. So, yeah, the message is getting through. They're settling into the groove. Our conditioning is going to, start coming into play now, and like I said, hopefully we're going to be able to hit our stride and get busy and start making good things happen.
Tell me about the goaltender situation. You've got 4 on the roster. Derek Lilico is in between the pipes today. How long can you carry 4?
Well, not very long. We have to make some decisions here, and Sarge is up for the task. This kid can play the game, and he's one of my favorite kids and one of my favorite goalies to watch. When he decides to challenge somebody, he makes no bones about it. We're in a tough situation. It's a great situation from the coaching staffs, but it's an ugly situation too. Nobody ever likes to be told that unfortunately they don't have what it takes to play here. At this point in time, we could put 4 names in the hat, draw out 2, and have 2 starting goalies. We're going to make the decisions that have to be made that are proper for this team, and we're looking at long range, we're looking at the future. So again, we have some tough decisions to make, but we're going to get out, and there's other teams that are out there that take these guys and they put them in their lineup like right now. So it's a tough situation to be in, but it's a good situation to be in. We'll get through it, make those decisions, and see what happens.
And finally, how about the rest of the roster? Are you happy with it? You comfortable? Do you foresee any changes?
Well, we're really happy with what we have right now. We have a few injuries that we're dealing with right now. Patience has a real bad Charlie horse that he's dealing with. Schlinker's back is still bothering him really bad. And Cole Brost has a slight shoulder problem. But other than that, we're real happy with what we have. We're still waiting on a couple of guys. With the overage deadline coming and the movement of the players in the WHL and in the AJHL, there's going to be some players that are going to emerge here. So we're just going to be patient, work with what we have right now, and go ahead and see what falls out of the tree sort of thing, and then go from there. If we can make some changes and some additions, then that's what we're looking to do.
Good luck today.
Great, thank you very much.
Okay, that's Kevin Turner, head coach of the Medicine Hat Junior B Cubs. Myself and Derek Van Diest will be back with first period action right after this.
Cubs hockey is made possible through funding from...
Van Diest, welcome to the broadcast, Derek.
Oh, pleasure to be here, Jeff.
The Cubs have started successfully in the Heritage Junior B League so far. 2 wins and 1 loss, and I suppose that really isn't a surprise to us, is it? We knew they could compete.
Well, we knew that they could compete, but it was always still a bit of a mystery of how they were going to be able to compete every day, every night, play 60 minutes of hockey every night. And so far, they've done a pretty good job of that. They lost their opener, of course, but they've come back with 2 strong wins. They had a very strong game on Friday night, winning that game. And it's just a matter of now the team has to be able to learn how to compete every game for 60 minutes a game, and that's what you have to do in this league to win.
Number 25 for the Cubs, Joel McCauley, with 4 goals. No surprise, he was a top sniper last year. And Kevin Turner touched on it before the game that they've got 3 good scoring lines and 3 lines that can go out there and get the job done.
Well, the thing about this Cubs team is they got a lot of players back from that team that went to provincials last year and competed well at the provincial championship. So they have a lot of experience and a lot of talent on this team, and I think they know they're going to do well. They know they have the talent. It's just a matter of putting it all together for the duration of the season.
Not a bad crowd for a Sunday afternoon here at the Kinplex. 2:15 game time. The Cubs against the Ponoka Stampeders. The Stampeders have lost both games so far this year. They're 0-2. They lost last night in Picture Butte, 7-2. I talked to assistant coach Brett Gourdet before the game, and having a guy like Harry York as a head coach is obviously a big coup for Junior B hockey.
Well, that is a big coup, and it's got to be a big thrill for a lot of these players. They know Harry York. They recognize him from his days in Vancouver. And so obviously it's got to be a big thrill to play under somebody like that.
Drop of the puck set. Joel McCauley for the Cubs. Tornhatch for the Stampeders. Ponoka gains control. Dumps it into the Cubs zone. Schroeder for the Cubs is ridden out of the play. McCauley's there for support. McCauley now in the neutral zone. He gets knocked over. No penalty on the play. Number 7, Chris Schwab back to collect that puck. Derek Lilico in the nets for the Cubs on this game. Don't be surprised if we see the Ponoka Stampeders banging a lot of bodies out here today. Brett Gourdet, the assistant coach, said that is their game. They come out and they hit. They have somewhat limited skill, so they take the body very well. Richard Spencer for the Cubs. Up to Brad Schaefer. Schaefer just chips it in. In net for the Ponoka Stampeders is Mark Howdle. Cubs now at the Stampeders blue line. Nice little sidestep there and a shot right out front. Tyler Marshall just misses it there. Mark Howdle, I don't know if he got a stick on that, but a nice setup there from Chad Winzercha.
Well, a first chance of the game here for the Cubs, and it comes over a turnover in the neutral ice zone, and they come across. And Tyler Marshall with a good chance, just couldn't get enough wood on it to lift it over the goaltender. But a good start here for the Cubs, and looks like it's going to be a pretty quick game. Both teams look like they're ready to play here tonight.
There's a look at Chad Winzercha, number 22 for the Cubs. Face-off comes to the stick left of Mark Howdle. Back to the point now for Richard Spencer. Spencer moves towards the middle of the ice. His pass over for Fisher. Fisher dumps it in. Winzercha picks it up, tries to get a pass back to the point. That's picked off. Back comes Tyler Marshall with a slap shot and whistled down on the offside. Play just 1 minute and 22 seconds in here.
see probably both teams roll 4 lines here early on in the game, and until it winds down a little further, they'll be shortening their bench, but we'll get a good look of all 4 lines from both teams here early on.
There's an icing call against the Cubs. Automatic icing in the Heritage Junior B League. As soon as that puck crosses the red line, the linesman will blow the whistle.
We're talking about the Cubs and the change from this year and last year. Last year, of course, the International Junior B Hockey League only had 3 teams, and really the other 2 teams in it weren't very strong. But apparently this year, Picture Butte and Staveley have better teams as well, so they've also been competitive in the Heritage Hockey League.
Mark Niven takes his man in behind the net. He's working over 2 Ponoka Stampeders. Randy McMillan comes up with the puck and flips it into the corner. There is Mazur. Mazur just chips it back in for Niven and the right board. The pass to Timko doesn't connect. Mazur tries to get it out front to Timko. A little bit of a scrum here in behind the Ponoka end. A lot of big bodies on the ice here for the Cubs. Mazur there doing a good job protecting that puck. A nice touch pass to Timko. Timko for Niven. Niven out in front. Backhand does not go through. Mark Howell with a nice save. Got the paddle down on that one. Hit at the blue line there. Riglin. He works over Beal. And Ponoka just fires that puck all the way down the ice, wanting to get a change.
A good shift by that line there. The Cubs, Jason Timko, a veteran of this hockey team, is playing with 2 rookies, and Mark Niven and Brandon Maines. And both those players played with the Midget AAA hockey, Midget AAA Cable Cats last year. So showing some good work down there, good work cycling the puck in the corner. And here you see a good chance here. Timko, nice pass to Niven. Niven just couldn't control it and almost banged it in out of the air.
Shot right off the faceoff was handled easily by Mark Howell. Cubs with lots of pressure so far early on in this first period. Brad Schaefer, number 6 on the faceoff for the Cubs. He works against Jevny. Puck now tied up in a few skates. Just sidestepping a hit there from Schaefer, and the Ponoka Stampeders get it into the Cubs' end. Jevny takes a hit from Schwab. Schwab pinches it to the point. Schaefer leaves it for McCauley, and the puck is just dumped back into the Ponoka end. Resta starts out from behind his net. A back pass to Randy Rabbit. A tough pass to Corral, and the Cubs keep it in. Joel McCauley now steps out. McCauley for Spencer. Spencer, and a nice shot saved by Howell, and another great save there off of Schaefer. Puck comes back to the point. Spencer, he works it in for McCauley. All Cubs right now, a great shift. We've got a delayed penalty. Joel McCauley comes in. Oh, and he right pad save by Mark Howell. Ponoka touches the puck, and I believe we're going to get a slashing penalty.
Chris Javine's going to go off number 7 for Ponoka on a slash. He took quite a hack at McCauley, who's cut it across the front of the net. And that's exactly what it is, getting escorted to the penalty box. There's going to be a slashing call here. 16:30 left to go in the first period. But you see that first line, it's a very, very strong first line for the Medicine Cubs with Joe McCauley, Brad Schaefer, Mark Niven. They have, Mark Fisher. They have a very, very strong first line, and it's one that's really created a lot of problems here for the opposition so far in this league.
First power play of the game goes to the Cubs. Out front is Pollard. Pollard can't get the shot through, or not as much as he wanted on it. Mark Howell there, again putting the paddle of the stick down and making a save. He's done a good job so far. The Cubs have had some good scoring chances.
Well, he's made some huge saves early on in the game to keep his team in it. Here's another chance, and this is another one of those talented players right there. Tyler Marshall, nice little pass out front, forcing the goaltender to make another big save.
Tom Pollard, number 8 for the Cubs. He steps in, steps around. Jevny. Pollard behind the net for Marshall. Marshall with a weak angle shot. It's in the pads of Howell. Some fans with a little anxious moments there. They thought that might have squeaked through, but Howell was able to keep that one out.
Well, Howell makes the stop, and then the puck kind of loses the puck, and it just fell down, and he's lucky it fell down between his pads and didn't roll back in behind him. But the sharp angle shot there from Marshall almost caught the goaltender off guard.
Winzerch on the faceoff. He loses that. Fisher cannot keep it in at the blue line. Lilico plays it for Fisher. Fisher with a head of steam. Dumps it in. Pollard for the Cubs. In for Winzercha. 3 Cubs, and now they spread out a bit. Back to Ward. Ward for Winzercha. That pass just eludes him. Tyler Marshall's there to pitch it back to Winzercha. A little give and go here. Winzercha with a shot off the side of the net. Marshall. Back pass for Pollard. Pollard walks out, gets a shot. Does not get through. Blocked there by Rugenkate. Rugenkate and Ponoka now working against Winzercha. Out with the puck comes Pollard. He leaves it for Winzercha. Winzercha with another wide angle shot, and that's going to clear the zone. And there's 40 seconds left on the Ponoka Stampeders penalty as the Cubs race back in. The top of the unit now, Joel McCauley, Brad Schaefer. Back at the point for Chris Trotter. He can't keep it in. Tornhatch for the Stampeders. Chasing down Trotter. Now the Cubs in the neutral zone. Joel McCauley. McCauley gains his own. Nice pass there for Trotter. Trotter cannot get a handle on it. They do get a shot though. Schaefer does, and another good save by Mark Howdle. Funny bounce off the boards. Holmrast. Holmrast, he gives up the blue line. We could have a potential breakaway here. The Ponoka Stampeders, no gas left in the tank for Richard Freeze. He gets a tough shot off. Richard Spencer falls heavily into the boards, but gets up, no problem.
Well, Spencer showed some good wheels get back there after Holmrast gave away the puck at the blue line and then went crashing into the boards.
Joel McCauley now. We got a 3-on-1, 2-on-1 shaping up. Penalty over. Joel McCauley shoots and does not go in. I think Howdle got his left pad on that shot. Joel McCauley with another good chance in this first period. Cubs now swarming. Resta gives up the puck to Holmrast. Holmrast. He's worked over by Tornhatch. Back to the point for Ward. Ward's long shot. Gets a glove on it there is Howdle. Puck in the corner. McCauley. McCauley cycles out. That puck just got over the blue line. A delayed offside, and now the linesman blows it. Score 0-0, and we've played 6 minutes and 17 seconds in the first period.
Wow, some good pressure there by the Cubs. That first unit again, that's Brennan Holmrast on the first line, not Mark Fisher, as I said before. Here's a chance by McCauley. That looked like it went through, and either caught his pad or the post. But some good pressure there by the Cubs' first unit. And goaltender again making some big saves to keep his team in it.
Number 17 is Tim Hansen for the Ponoka Stampeders. He plays it into the neutral zone. Brandon Mazur for the Cubs. He gets a shot. He's going to come in on Howdle now. Mazur, and Howdle again. We see him drop that glove and get the paddle down, take the lower half of the net, and Brandon Mazur could not take it upstairs on him. The Cubs have done everything but score so far in the first period. There's a big hit. Jason Timko laying the body. Now out in front, Howdle gets a glove down, stops action there. Lots of pressure here in the first period for the Cubs.
Now Mazur with a good chance there. He lost the puck and then he got it back and right in front of the net. You'll see here, well, this isn't the chance. Here it is now. Mazur loses the puck and then he'll get it back right in front of the net. Try to make a couple of moves. Goaltender didn't bite on the fake. And really, Mazur had nothing to shoot at.
Shots 10-1 for the Cubs out in front of Ponoka here early on. Here's an icing call against the Stampeders. Faceoff will come back down to the stick left of Mark Howdle.
Howdle's really keeping his team in the game. The shots are 10-1, as you said, Jeff, and it's been all Cubs here early on in the first period.
Shot right off the draw by Trotter, and a good blocker save there by Howdle. And he's seen a lot of rubber, and he's into this game. Mazur now for the Cubs. Puck is chipped away by Beal, but it's kept in by Schwab at the blue line. Schwab again pitches it in. Now gets a long shot. Neatly deflected into the corner by Howdle. Ponoka now works out of its own end. There's a good first pass. Beal, number 14 for Ponoka. Good shot on the short side. Lilico equal to the task. And now the Cubs break out 2-on-1. Timko's pass for Mazur was behind him. Craig Resta for the Ponoka Stampeders behind his own net. Surveys the situation. Ponoka now just trying to work the puck out of their own end. They're having a little difficulty here. As Fisher gains the Ponoka zone. Tom Pollard now out in front looking for Winzercha. Pass doesn't connect. Fisher can't keep it in at the blue line. Tyler Marshall's there. He plays it to Winzercha. Winzercha comes in. Long shot. Blocked by the defenseman. Hughesby, big number 6, is the only player out there playing with a full cage. He's a midget age player. Lilico now with the puck behind his own net. Leaves it for Spencer. Spencer takes a big hit from Rory Marsh. Now Marshall, number 10 for the Cubs. He can't get the puck through the skates of Randy Rabbit. In dangling in the zone is Winzercha now. Winzercha, he leaves it for Marshall. Marshall the shot through some legs. Does not go through. Pollard is there. Pollard, a very big player for the Cubs. Lots of reach. And this is going to be touched on a delayed offside.
The Cubs seem to have been doing everything but scoring here early on, and really some great goaltending by Mark Howdle, excuse me, is really keeping his team in the game. But the Cubs are pressing all 3 lines. They're throwing all 4 lines, actually. The Cubs are rolling right now, are having a chance. And here's a shot by Marshall, who just quite didn't get through. Blocked in front.
Ponoka Stampeders on their heels right now. Junior B Cubs out shooting the Stampeders 12-1 at this point. The top line for the Cubs is out there now. Schaefer, McCauley, Holmrast. Body into Timko, or into Tornhatch rather. Puck now out in the neutral zone. Ponoka now with the chance. Richard Freeze. Freeze with a weak shot, a centering pass almost. Derek Lilico is out there. Holmrast now, lead pass from McCauley. McCauley steps around the defender. McCauley back for Holmrast. And a tic-tac-toe right there, Brad Schaefer. The recipient of a nice 3-way passing play between Joel McCauley and Brennan Holmrast. Brad Schaefer with the goal.
No chance there for Howdle. Nice little pass there by McCauley, and Schaefer standing all along the side of the net. Really just puts it in. No chance for the goaltender, and that's the first goal for the Cubs. They've been really pressing here in the first period, and finally they get it. And here you see the pass. Great little 3-way pass there. No chance for the goaltender.
I believe that is Schaefer's 3rd goal of the season. He did score 1 on Friday against the Big Country Raptors. Long shot onto Derek Lilico. He holds on. So at 9 minutes and 43 seconds, Brad Schaefer from Joel McCauley and Brennan Holmrast. Face-off coming up to the stick left. Lilico, Ponoka wins it. Cannot get a shot on. Chris Trotter clears it into the zone. Chris Schwab working over the Ponoka guy out in front. And the Cubs break out. Timko trying to make a move on Resta. Resta plays him well. Back for support is Jevny there. Trotter breaks that up in the neutral zone. Back comes Ponoka. Schwab over for Trotter. Trotter takes the safe route. Just plays it into the neutral zone. Back to get it is Cheatham for Ponoka. He plays it on the boards. Cubs now with some pressure. Tom Pollard working his way to the front of the net. Now he's got the puck behind. Pollard now using a big frame, gets a shot on net. Oh! Off the shoulder or the mask there of Howdle. Pollard works his way out in front again, and that pass does not connect. Comes all the way back into the neutral zone. Fisher there for the Cubs. Free skating Fisher, a very good skater, comes in now and shot just wide on Howdle. Niven there, keeps it in for the Cubs. Ponoka tries to break back in the neutral zone, and the Cubs showing some good team speed as they were able to stymie the Stampeders in the neutral zone. Ward now
knifes it into the Ponoka end. There with the hit is number 22, Jeff Johnson. As that puck comes down for an icing call against the Ponoka Stampeders. Number 22 is actually Josh Johnson, rather. I've been calling him Winzercha. Number 22 on the program is listed as Winzercha, but it's actually Josh Johnson, number 22. So 11.
Johnson, excuse me, Jeff, sorry. Johnson's one of the new additions to the team, and it's on our program. He was listed as Chad Ventura, actually. Chad Ventura is a veteran of this Cubs team, and he was expected to play this year, but yeah, it just didn't work out, so that is why he's on the roster, but he's not on the team, actually, just on the roster that we were handed to him.
Puck now at the point for Riglin. Riglin keeps it in. Cubs coming in. Pollard, oh! Made a move and could not get that shot. He actually shot it wide. Ponoka now running around in their own end. They're just sort of running at Cubs' bodies. Stampeders obviously resorting to some rough stuff here as Tyler Marshall takes a couple hits there. One from Randy Rabbit, and one from Rory Marsh.
Well, this game is very reminiscent of the game Friday night where the Cubs defeated the Big Country Raptors 5-3. The Cubs threw a lot of rubber at Big Country Raptors goaltender. They had 57 shots in that game and only managed to score 5 goals. They're getting a lot of shots on net here. They just aren't able to finish. So you see 3 Cubs all alone in front of the net, and they're not able to finish.
McCauley wins the draw cleanly, back for Schwab. Schwab just clears it behind the Ponoka end. Joel McCauley first there. He takes out the Ponoka defender, Resta. Ponoka is able to work their way out. Cheatham, number 8 for Ponoka, takes a long shot. No problem for Lilico. There we got a penalty there as Schroeder for the Cubs was the recipient of a thunderous hit. Derek Lilico, the goaltender, coming out now. He's not too happy with that.
Well, that shot was after the whistle. Not impressed. Joel McCauley came out there, talked to Ponoka player, but Chris Schroeder was drilled in the corner along the boards from behind. That's going to be a penalty, and the Cubs are going to go on the power. There's the hit right there from behind. It's a very dangerous spot, too. He's about a foot and a half away from the boards. Good thing for Schroeder, he's okay. He'll stay on the ice, but he was just hammered. Didn't see the Ponoka player coming. Those are those types of hits that can be very, very dangerous when you're about a foot and a half away from the boards.
So the Cubs go on their second power play of the first period. That penalty coming to number 18, Terry Owen. A 2-minute penalty for boarding. Very dangerous hit. And Derek, no surprise, Terry Owen, the second penalty minutes leader in the Heritage Junior B League last year. As we see the Cubs with some pressure in the Ponoka end. Terry Owen with 253 minutes. Second in penalty minutes last year in the Heritage Junior B League. Ponoka now trying to work the puck out of their end, and they do get it into the neutral zone. Richard Spencer plays it for Trotter. Trotter with a long pass from McCauley. McCauley eludes Cheatham. McCauley gains the blue line, makes a move. Brennan Holmras, that puck just skipped over the blue line on him. Took it back in, and it's called on the offside.
Well, that hit there, it wasn't really from behind. It was because Trotter didn't have the puck, and that's why Trotter wasn't expecting it. He didn't have the puck, and that's why he was drilled like that, and that's why the penalty was called. It was actually a boarding penalty, not a hit from behind. So that's why that penalty was called. And you see here, the Cubs don't necessarily have a power play unit. They're just happy to roll the lines, let that first line play sometime on the power play, and here's their second line now going out on the power play.
Fisher for Pollard. Pollard into the Ponoka end. Pollard surveys the situation, sets up shop. Now he's stick checked. Pollard gets the puck back, plays it in for Marshall. Marshall back for Fisher. That in Fisher's skates. He trades places with Marshall. Marshall takes a long shot, goes wide. Howdle did not see that. Pollard with his big frame in front of the net. Puck now back for Ward. Ward stops the blue line, takes a long shot, and a blocker save there by Howdle. Tyler Marshall providing the screen. Ward again. Puts a backhand pass in for Johnson. Johnson for Marshall. That doesn't connect out front. And Resta is able to slap that back down into the Cubs end. Now quickly coming back is Pollard. Pollard drops it for Johnson. Johnson with a long shot. Toe save. Pollard on the rebound. Scores! second hack for Tom Pollard. Scored 2-0. A power play goal this time for the Cubs.
Well, there again, Howdle makes the first 2 saves and really doesn't get any help in front of him. Pollard gets a couple of whacks at it and eventually is able to put it down over the fallen goaltender, but really not much of a chance there. The Stampeders goaltender, Mark Howdle, there you see again, he'll make 1 save, 2 saves, and then finally it's put over top of him. Stampeders not doing a very good job of clearing in front of the net, although Pollard is a pretty big body to clear and put in front of the net.
The Cubs out to a 2-0 lead here. Just 5.5 minutes left in the first period. So Mark Fisher and Josh Johnson get assists on the goal by Tom Pollard. Now Ponoka in front. They try and come back. They try and answer back. Craig Resta for the Stampeders. This is the first sustained action we've seen in the Cubs end so far in the first period. Mark Niven breaks out. Timko now. Got a whistle on the play.
I think they're going to call that a 2-line pass, but it looked like it was deflected, so I'm not sure where that call came from, but I think that is the call, and I think that's what they're discussing right now, that puck was deflected, and that's where they're going to have to face off at center. It was a missed call there by the linesman. And here you see some sustained pressure here. So good work underneath by Stampeders. Good save there by Lilico, side of the net.
Timko for the Cubs gains the Ponoka blue line. Leaves a draw pass for Niven. Beal's there to intercept it. Mazur now, he works over Cheatham. Mazur comes out of the corner, plays it back for Schwab. Schwab with a long wrist shot that's into the skates of Beal. And now we got a potential 2-on-1, and that's going to be stymied by Chris Trotter. Schwab plays it into the neutral zone for Mazur. Mazur with no speed, he's easily back-checked. Randy McMillan picks up the puck. And now Chris Trotter for the Cubs. He pushes it ahead. His shot does not get through against Resta. The Ponoka defender Craig Resta doing a good job. There's a long shot by Schaefer, turned aside by Howden. Ponoka just hammers that puck along the end boards, clears it all the way back down into the Cubs end, where Mark Fisher is there to pick it up. Fisher for McCauley. McCauley takes a high stick, no call. Spencer leaves it for Halmrast. Pass doesn't connect. Now we're going to get a holding call, it looks like, against the Cubs, a delayed penalty. Schaefer touches the puck in the neutral zone.
Well, Richard Spencer is going to go off, and he knows that he took his hand off his stick and wrapped it around one of the Ponoka forwards. And usually when you do that, you're going to get called with a holding call. So Ponoka here, 3:43 left in this first period, are going to get a power play. They'll be their first of the game. And here you see the high stick on McCauley. It was missed by the referee, right underneath the visor.
The ref had his back directly to that play with Joel McCauley, and McCauley obviously didn't drop to his knees and try and sell the call. So Ponoka with their first power play of the first period. Cubs are able to clear it all the way down. Ponoka in their own end. Trying to get past their own blue line. They've had a tough go of it here in the first period. Playing their second game in as many days. They played last night in Picture Butte, losing 7-2. So you can imagine the legs are a little sluggish here for the Stampeders on the Sunday afternoon game at the Kinplex. Mark Niven now carries it in. Delayed offside is not called. Ponoka now working in. Kaler, number 17. Kaler trying to work it out front. Kaler does find a man out front, but the pass does not connect. And back to the point for Resta. Resta in for Freeze. Richard Freeze. He gives it up to Mazur. Mazur, he's cut off at the pass by Richard Freeze. Back checking. And 40 seconds left to go, and a chance here for, oh, the goal! Brandon Mazur picks off a terrible pass in the Ponoka end. One quick move and backhand upstairs.
Craig Resta put that puck right on Brendan Mazur's stick, and it was a very bad pass. Mazur comes in on the breakaway and puts it away up top shelf, and that's exactly what Ponoka didn't want to happen. There's the pass right on his stick, and Mazur comes in and goes top shelf.
Nice little hands there by Mazur.
Good hands by Mazur there, and a nice goal and really a backbreaker there for Ponoka. They're on the power play, and Cubs score shorthanded.
So a little bit of everything for the Cubs in the first period here. A shorthanded goal, a power play goal, and an even strength goal. They lead 3-0. Two-line pass. Terry Owen touches the puck for the Stampeders. Shots 18-3 in the first period. 24 seconds left, and the penalty to the Cubs, Richard Spencer.
Well, now Ponoka's going to have to try and get something going here. They're being very badly outplayed here in the first period, and if it hadn't been for their goaltender, this game probably would be over already, or be out of reach anyway for Ponoka. They have to try and get something going.
Resta for Cheatham. Cheatham to the blue line. McMillan's pass. It's deflected off a Cubs stick and into the crowd. Gets a whistle.
Well, I'm sure head coach of the Messac Cubs, Kevin Turner, is going to be very happy with his team's effort here in the first period. They had the day off yesterday after playing Friday night, so they're well rested. And they look like they really have their legs going here Sunday afternoon, while Ponoka looks like they're skating through sand.
That's been a nice start for them, their first 4 games at home. Albeit they were tough games, their first 2 against Airdrie and Okotoks, the Foothills Bisons, but it's been a good start. They're in a comfort zone, at least at home in the Kinplex here. It's an arena they know. Ponoka now, the power play just expiring. Derek Lilico taking that long shot off the pad and into the glove off the stick of Jeremy Krochak. Handles it with ease. Only the 4th shot Lilico's had to handle so far this game.
Well, Lilico's doing well. It's always tough when the play is always at the other end of their zone and the goaltender doesn't get a good chance to. You always want to get a good shot to get into the game, and Lilico's been doing a lot of standing, watching his team at the other end of the ice, and so when the play comes down this side, there you see him trying to look through the traffic. Good stop. It corrals the rebound.
You see the Ponoka players rushing towards the net after that shot. What they need to do is get some pressure in front of Lilico for those shots. The power play is now over. Just a minute and a half left in the third period. Cubs out in front, 3-0. Ponoka with the puck in the Cubs' end. Joel McCauley there for Schaefer. Schaefer runs out to the point. Joel McCauley now. McCauley up for Hallmrast. Hallmrast looks for McCauley. Pass does not connect. Ponoka coming back. Cut off that play. Riglin pins his man against the boards, and we'll get a face-off just inside the blue line of the Ponoka Stampeders end.
Well, McCauley was obstructed there at center ice there, or else he would have been gone. He was getting a head of steam going, and then he ran into one of the Ponoka players, which is why he had to slow down. He passed the puck over to Hallmrast. Hallmrast couldn't return it to him because McCauley was all by himself in front of the net.
There's a few guys that I've noticed that can really fly on this Cubs team, and McCauley's one of them, and number 2, Fisher is another one. The guys can really get good skaters, they can get a good head of steam going. Richard Freeze now for the Stampeders. A long shot, a big rebound off the blocker of Lilico. Schwab takes a big hit in the corner. Ponoka tries to get something going at the end of the period. Freeze out in front. Terry Owen. It's a weak shot on Lilico. Pollard now with the puck. His pass for Marshall. Marshall almost in all alone. Marshall first to that puck. He looks for Pollard. Josh Johnson couldn't pick that up. And just 25 seconds left. Freeze gains the Cubs end, takes a wild shot off the glass, and then a good deflection there. Derek Lilico doing a good job of getting the stick down and making a good save here with just 20 seconds left to go in the first.
When you look at the Cubs, and they do have a lot of guys that can fly. Marshall is one of them too. Trotter from the back end can skate. It's a very good skating hockey club, and speed kills, and that's basically what's going on right now. The Cubs are just really out-skating the Ponoka Stampeders, and there's a chance there, half a chance. Lilico was quick to sit on it. But that's what's been going on here in the first period. They're just buzzing and out-skating Ponoka.
Mark Niven on the draw for the Cubs in his own end, wins it cleanly, a good draw. Fisher with a good first pass now. We could have a breakaway potentially for Spencer. Spencer's going to get a shot. Blast that rolling puck high and wide. Freeze for Ponoka. He looks for Beal. And with just 3 seconds left, Lilico will clear the zone. And the buzzer will sound. Lilico makes one final save. Shots after the first period, 18 for the Medicine Hat Junior B Cubs and just 6 for the Ponoka Stampeders. And the score 3-0. Your thoughts, Derek?
Well,
The Cubs with a very strong period, 3-0 out in front on the strength of a good first period, Derek.
Well, it was a great first period for the Cubs, and I'm sure Coach Kevin Turner was very happy with his club's effort in that first period. They really just outskated Ponoka and outshot them badly, 18-6. If anything's a concern, maybe their finishing is a little bit of a concern, but right now, Mark Howdle, the goaltender for the Ponoka Stampeders, is standing on his head, literally, making some big saves. And so, really, it's been all Cubs here so far in this hockey game in that first period, and let's see what Ponoka does to try and turn that around here in a second.
Joel McCauley, Schaefer, and Hallmrath, the big line for the Cubs out to start the second period. Chris Schwab misses the puck in the neutral zone. First pass there for McCauley. Offside now for Ponoka at the Cubs blue line. Scoring in the first period was opening the scoring for the Cubs was Schaefer with his third goal from Hallmrath and McCauley at 9:43. Coming up second was Tom Pollard with his first of the season from Josh Johnson and Fisher at 14:22. That was a power play goal. And a shorthanded marker at the 17:40 mark was Brandon Mazer. Trotter with the puck. He plays it up for Hallmrath. Hallmrath for McCauley. McCauley does a good job of stick checking his man. We got a 2-on-1 shaping up. Hallmrath for the long shot off the post. Mark Howdle gets a little help from his posts. A shot from Hallmrath there does not go through. And now in his own end, Chris Trotter takes a big hit. Pinches the puck over the glass, and we're going to get a face-off down at the Cubs' end.
Well, there you see that transition game in the Cubs. The puck was turned over just inside the Cubs blue line. McCauley took it, and they were gone. 3 down, 3 wide, actually. And Hallmrath will just put his head down. Here's a turnover right there, inside the blue line, and they're gone. Hallmrath looks up, puts his head down, and good shot, and just misses. Hits the goalpost.
Defenseman there for Ponoka didn't even really come towards Hallmrath at all. Didn't really play that 2-on-1 very well. Tom Pollard now, he plays it up for Marshall. We got another 2-on-1 shaping up. Marshall and Johnson. Marshall over for Johnson. Johnson scores! Josh Johnson with good soft hands, taking that pass from Tyler Marshall. He waits out Mark Howdle and then goes upstairs. Make the score 4-0 Cubs.
Well, a bad pitch by Craig Restar allowed that Cubs to come out 2-on-1, and Josh Johnson just waited the goaltender go down and just lifted it over him. Good finishing there by Johnson. We were talking about the Cubs struggling to finish in the first period, and there Johnson showed good composure, and he shows that he knows how to score goals. There's the bad pitch by Restar. Nice pass across by Marshall, and Johnson just waits him out and just flips it over the goaltender.
Johnson with his second of the season. From Marshall and Fisher. Fisher his second assist on the game. Just 59 seconds into the second period. Cubs come back again, another 2-on-1 shaping up. This time Johnson a stick check from behind. And outbreaking 1-on-1 is Farragon. Farragon stood up neatly by Fisher. Spencer picks up the puck. He finds Pollard. Pollard now for Marshall. Cubs coming in again. Marshall the long shot well wide there. Howdle came out to cut off the angle. Now Pollard circles in front, cannot take the pass from Johnson. Johnson goes off for a change. Lilico out to touch the puck. He plays it for Ward. Ward cannot get that one past the referee. Fortunate bounce from Ponoka. Now comes out into the neutral zone. Niven for the Cubs. Circles in his own end. He finds Ward. Ward coming in with Mazer. Ward looked to go high, short side, over the net. Ponoka's Richard Freeze now on a breakaway. Can he outskate the two Cubs? Back checking hard is Ward. He's taken out. Penalty on the play. Richard Freeze falls very heavily into the boards. But a hooking call.
Well, Matt Ward's going to come back. He's the one that took that shot, and he's the one to hustle back. And it was a marginal hook at that. He got back well, but Ward fired that shot high and wide. It came all the way around the boards. And the Ponoka player, Richard Freeze, was first to it, and Ward did a good job to hustle back and just put the hook on Freeze. There's Ward. He's the one that took the shot, so now he has to hustle back. Puts the hook on Freeze, and he goes down and goes into the boards very heavily. He looks like he's okay. Ponoka gets a power play.
Ponoka now will look to get on the board for the first time in this game. They trail 4-0. Joel McCauley gets the puck out into the neutral zone. Now back into the Ponoka end. Hard charging is Mazur, already with one shorthanded goal in the game. McCauley in there for support. He looks for Mazur. Pass goes through his legs. Ponoka comes back. Terry Owen. Terry Owen gets by Trotter. One hand on the stick. Gets a shot away on Lilico. Bruggencake takes a stiff hit from Schwab. Mazur now into the neutral zone, clears the zone for the Cubs. Back comes Ponoka, Terry Owen. Richard Freeze trailing for support. Back for Cheatham. Cheatham falls as he one-timed that shot, and Joel McCauley comes back for the Cubs. The captain working 1-on-2. He goes around Cheatham, goes backhand high, and didn't miss by much as Joel McCauley will now go off and get a change. Just 50 seconds left to go in the man advantage for the Ponoka Stampeders. Derek Lilico falls on that puck. We'll get a whistle.
I'm sure in that first period intermission, Cubs coach Kevin Turner pretty much told his team, they can't keep up with us, boys, let's go. And that's exactly what's going on here in this second period. Even short-handed, the Cubs are getting good chances. And it just seems that their speed is killing Ponoka, and they can't keep up to them at all. They've had a lot of 2-on-1, 3-on-1 rushes early on in this second period.
Puck now goes all the way back down into the Ponoka end. Timko rides his man Rest out. Beal for the Stampeders. Beal and Jevny. Beal just misses a hit from Holmras there. Richard Spencer picks it up. He gets worked over by Beal. In the neutral zone now, Resta. His pass for Cheatham. Just 15 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Ponoka without much pressure at all so far, and Fisher off the referee gets that puck all the way down into the Stampeders end. Resta, he avoids a hard charging Schaefer. Then Resta gives up the puck. Pollard is then neatly stick checked by Resta, who's just trying to save himself there after a giveaway.
Well, that penalty was killed quite easily by the Cubs. They're really having a lot of fun out there. And the situation is they have such good skaters on the blue line to the Cubs that these guys are free to jump into the rush, and they have confidence in themselves that they'll be able to get back. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Is the Cubs defensemen are not afraid to jump into the rush, and really the Ponoka forwards can't keep up to them.
Four and a half minutes into the second period. Cubs out in front, 4-0. Trotter plays it for Schwab. Schwab for Pollard, his own blue line. There's a good pass for Marshall. There's a fast, streaking number 10, Tyler Marshall for the Cubs. He gives way to Johnson. Johnson has had a very strong game, a goal and an assist so far. Marshall with the wide angle shot. Does not go through. Now Pollard for Marshall. Marshall with a shot. Howdle there. Takes that one off the chest and is able to cover up. Cubs playing some very effective hockey here. They smell blood and they're going right after the Ponoka Stampeders with a 4-0 lead, trying to put this game out of reach.
Well, the Cubs are doing it with every line too, and I think that's what's got to be concerning for Ponoka. It's not just one line that's getting a lot of chances. Every line the Cubs throw out there is getting a lot of chances and doing some good work in the corners. And it could be a long night for goaltender Mark Howdle.
Cubs, Josh Johnson cannot get that shot through. Tom Pollard takes out his man. Cubs are able, or the Stampeders rather, are able to chip it into the neutral zone, and there is number 24 Chris Trotter to dump it right back in. Farragon now for the Stampeders. That is going to be an icing call, as he did not gain the red line before he backhanded that one all the way down into the Cubs' end.
Now there you should get a good look at Chris Trotter, number 24. He's a player that played in the Alberta Junior Hockey League for a while, then came back to play with the Cubs. Joe McCauley's another. Brad Schaefer actually had a short stint with the Medicine Hat Tigers in exhibition play last year, and actually scored a goal in the Tigers' last exhibition game for being released. So they have some players that have played at higher levels, and it's showing right here that these guys are very good hockey players.
Puck now all the way back down into the Cubs' end. Schaefer there to pick it up. Schaefer with a nice little touch pass there, then takes a hit. Holmrast for McCauley. McCauley, he sidesteps Cheatham. McCauley with a good pass for Schaefer. Schaefer, oh, and a huge save by Mark Howdle off a streaking Brad Schaefer. A nice, good eyes by the captain, McCauley, to find Schaefer, and Howdle just flew over and made a great save.
Well, Schaefer probably doesn't know how he missed that one. He took a big hit in his own end and then got up and became the third man on that rush, or he just basically blew by his forward. There you'll see Schaefer coming into the picture late, and he has all the net to shoot at, and somehow Howdle gets back there and makes a save, and I'm sure Schaefer doesn't know how, because he had a gaping net to shoot at.
Number 14, Mark Niven, will take the draw for the Cubs. He wins it. Back to Riglin. Riglin, he looks for Mazur. Mazur cannot get the puck out of the skates of Cheatham. Now he works it over to Niven. Niven, Timko's tied up. Niven takes a shot. Wild scramble out in front. Ponoka is there to clear it back down into the Cubs' end. Crosses the red line, and that'll go for icing. 6:19 into the second period, and the shot's 22-8 for the Junior B Cubs over the Ponoka Stampeders.
Well, really, yeah, like we were saying, it's been all Cubs here in the second period. They're playing very well. They've kind of, if anything, turned up the intensity here in the second period. They're not laying off. They want to bury Ponoka here in the second.
Riglin fires it into the Ponoka end. Timko first on the puck. He takes out Bruggencate. Puck goes over the glass. Everybody lost sight of it. Referee checking with the linesman. Faceoff will come just inside the blue line of the Ponoka Stampeders. Mark Niven on the draw for the Cubs. Puck comes back for Jevney. Now Ponoka works out. We got a 2-on-2 shaping up with Owen. Owen gets the blue line, takes a long shot. Ward for the Cubs tried to line him up and hit him, had all sorts of trouble getting up. Now play right in front. Lilico with the paddle down, taking off the lower half of the net. Puck at the blue line now. Bruggencate takes a poke at Ward. First little bit of pressure in the second period for the Ponoka Stampeders in the Cubs end. Riglin plays it over for Ward. Ward's back on his feet, clears it up for Mazur. Bruggencate can't get by Mazur. Now in the neutral zone, a touch pass there. Freeze. Richard Freeze with the shot wide against Lilico. Mazur's there to pick it up. He chips it along the boards for Niven. Niven just softly off the boards into the Ponoka end. Cubs go for a wholesale change. And Brack breaks Ponoka. Tornhatch now. Tornhatch now. He looks for Freeze out in front. Freeze at the end of a long shift. No more gas to go to the front of the net. Cannot get there. And puck back now into the Stampeders end. Pollard for Josh Johnson. And Mark Howdle again coming across the crease. We've seen him come across right, and now we see him go across left with a big save off Josh Johnson.
Well, another huge save there by Howdle, but a little bit of a sustained pressure by Ponoka. That's going to be encouraging for the coaching staff. They had a lot of pressure in the Cub zone, but again, that turnover really hurt. Really a bad pass there, I think, started the turnover. But there was some sustained pressure in the Cubs end.
Spencer trying to keep it in. He does. He plays it for Marshall. Marshall's pass in behind Pollard. Back breaks Ponoka. That pass cut off by Spencer. Spencer clears it into the Ponoka end. Tyler Marshall goes in against Resta. Marshall comes out with the puck, then takes a hit from Beal. And now Ponoka's Farragut comes out. He gets stopped at the blue line, turned right back. Resta, a hard charging, avoids a hard charging Marshall, and then clears the puck back into the Cubs end. Lilico, puck right on him. He leaves it for Spencer. Spencer sidesteps a hit. Joel McCauley with a pass up for Schaefer. We've got a little bit of a wrestling match in behind the Cubs net. Number 11, Richard Spencer for the Cubs.
Well, Spencer's going to get the penalty here. I'm not sure if it's going to go both ways. He's going to get the initial one. He got involved with a player, with a Ponoka player, and I think he is the only one that's going to get a penalty. No, they're both going off. I'm not sure who the Ponoka player is heading off.
Farragut. Clayton Farragut, number 27.
So they got involved in something behind the net, so they're going to even them up.
Coincidental minors means 5-on-5 hockey. 8 minutes and 41 seconds into the second period. The Cubs have a 4-0 lead. There's an icing call against the Cubs. Took a little bit of time to blow the whistle there.
A bit of a delay there, I'm not sure why. The linesman took him a long time. I'm not sure, he couldn't spot the other linesman whether or not that was icing. I think that was the problem. And eventually he did spot him.
So the face-off in the Cubs end to the stick left of Derek Lilico. Holmrast wins the draw. Schaefer, McCauley streaking towards the middle. Schaefer picks it up, plays it to McCauley at the blue line. McCauley now cuts to the center, drops it for Schwab. Schwab with a long shot, that goes wide. Trotter now tees it up. That's blocked by the Ponoka defender. Holmrast plays it back to Trotter. Trotter steps into one high off the chest of Howdle. This top line of the Cubs, lots of pressure. Holmrast now with the shot, and Ponoka just slaps it all the way down the ice. And the icing will relieve the pressure.
Well, Chris Trotter has a cannon from the blue line there, and then you saw example, he stepped into a couple of them. The first one didn't go through, it hit a shin pad, put it into the corner. The second one almost took Howdle's head off, and really stepped into that one, but somehow got a piece of it and made the save.
There's a look at it here. The puck will come back to Trotter. Drills one off the top of Howdle. Riglin now with the puck in his own end.
Matt Ward's going to be called on a holding penalty here. More of an interference than a hold, I think, but he was trying to get back, and he interfered with one of the Stampeders' head going into the zone, so the Stampeders are going to get a power play here in the second period. 10:32 to go in the second period, so I'm practically at the midway stage in the hockey game, and it's really been all Cubs so far.
Matt Ward, the second penalty of the period. Stampeders will try to get into this game, trailing 4-0. Resta with the puck in behind his own net. No play for Resta. He turns back at his own end. Not a lot of speed from this Ponoka team as Resta's looking to do it all himself here. Sidesteps Johnson and Niven, then loses the puck at the Cubs blue line. Cheatham for Tornhatch. Now it's out in front for the Cubs. Cubs shorthanded chance. Timko right there. Two Cubs end up with the puck right in front of Ponoka goaltender Mark Howdle, and Timko cannot pull the trigger.
Well, Timko doesn't know how he missed that. He probably saw the whole side of the net wide open, and somehow Howdle was able to make the stop. And there you go, another turnover, another bad play here. And it's really there are 2 Cubs all alone in front of the net, killing a penalty, and that should never happen.
The Cubs have been more dangerous shorthanded this period than they have even strength. Joel McCauley, he sidesteps to Ponoka, puts it on the afterburners, takes a shot. Howdle makes a save, but Brandon Mazur right there. Second shorthanded goal, second goal of the game for number 27, Brandon Mazur.
Well, there you see the skills of Joel McCauley. Pretty much just danced around 2 Stampeders at the blue line. Took the shot. He had Mazur in front of the net, decided to take the shot. The rebound came right back to Mazur. Had a stick on the ice and heading to the net. That's like they teach you at the younger levels, and he was able to put it home. The rebound, no chance there for Howdell, who's making the first saves, but he's not getting much help in front of him from his defenseman.
So Mazur with his second goal of the game. McCauley with his second assist. 45 seconds left to go in the man advantage for the Ponoka Stampeders. And we got a breakaway here for Brandon Mazur. Mazur looking, that's going to be cut off by the Ponoka defender, and he tried to get it over to Joel McCauley. A rolling puck was not working. Now a 2-on-1 shaping up here for Ponoka. A high shot there by McMillan was over the net of Lilico, and an opportunity wasted by Ponoka.
Well, Mazur was at the end of a long shift there. That's probably why he ran out of gas. He tried to get the puck over to McCauley, and it was cut off nicely there by the Ponoka defenseman.
Schroeder hard off the boards for Holmrast. Holmrast gains his own blue line, gets that puck a little bit too far ahead of him, loses it. Cheatham for Ponoka. He tries to work it into the Cubs' end. Comes to Richard Freeze. Freeze winds up for the slap shot and then got hammered hard. Now Cheatham. Cheatham a long shot on Lilico. Lilico a good save. Penalty now over. Cubs back to full strength. After scoring their second shorthanded goal of the game in the second period, they hold a 5-0 lead. Holmrast now. 4 Cubs streaking in. Holmrast scores! Looks like it went off defender Craig Resta. And the long wrist shot by Brennan Holmrast will be the 6th goal of the game for the Cubs.
Well, the Ponoka Stampeder defensemen are making terrible decisions on the blue line, whether to pinch or not to pinch. And there was another bad decision made. The Cubs broke out 4 across, and Holmrast used the defenseman as a screen. And really no chance for the goaltender. Didn't see it, and he looked at his defenseman. And I think we're going to get a change here. I think Mark Howdell has seen enough, and that's kind of surprising, as they're bringing in Sean Ingram, and I don't know if you can blame Howdell for any of those goals. He's really kept him in the game here.
No, I don't think you can blame Howdell one bit. He has been hung out to dry by his teammates so far this afternoon. 28 shots he saw in just 32 minutes of hockey. 6 goals from the Cubs in that time, and now they're coming right back and looking for a first opportunity against Sean Ingram, the new goalie. Here's the first shot, and a good save there off the stick of Richard Spencer as the Cubs are swarming again. Spencer there cuts that play off in the neutral zone. Marshall tries a little touch pass off the boards to himself. Did not work. Now Fisher. Fisher up the middle, skips over the stick of the Ponoka player. Tom Pollard coming in, 3-on-2 here. Pollard, Marshall, goal. Second shot Sean Ingram sees is in the back of the net. Tyler Marshall, number 10 for the Cubs, on a nice feed from Tom Pollard.
Well, again, another bad play by the defenseman at the blue line. The puck gets past him, and I'm sure Mark Ingram wasn't too enthusiastic about putting on his gear and getting out there after watching Mark Howdell get shelled for the first half of the game. And the second shot here, again, Cubs all by himself. Tyler Marshall, you see 2-on-1, Pollard across Marshall. There's no one anywhere near him. He scores the goal.
So 7-0 now as the Stampeders come in, trying to break the goose egg of Derek Lilico. 7 minutes left to go in the second period. Ponoka Stampeders, a very slow team, a very sluggish team, played last night in Picture Butte. Cubs cleared out of their own end. Timko. Penalty on the play as the Ponoka defender, I think it's Jevny, number 7, is going to be called for a trip.
Well, Timko there had a step on Jebny, and he almost got past him. Did a good job just kind of bodying Jebny off the puck and getting to it, and he was forced to trip him.
Well, I think this type of game might be characteristic of the Heritage Junior B League, and for Cubs fans, the top teams, the Airdrie Thunders and the Foothills Bisons, are going to come in here, and you're going to see some good games. But the lower echelon teams, the Ponokas, you're going to see some routes in the Kinflex this year.
Well, you look at the Cubs, and they joined the Heritage League, but they're still one of the bigger centers in the Heritage League. They have a lot of a big base to pull players from. We got a lot of guys here that played midget AAA hockey, and so they're still going to be competitive, or very competitive, in fact. And it's no surprise at all that they're playing so well.
Cubs on the power play, 4 goals in this period so far. Mark Niven circles up front, takes a shot. Sean Ingram coolly gloves that one. We'll get the whistle. The Ponoka Stampeders last season, 37 games, finished with a record of 9 wins, 27 losses, and 1 tie. For 19 points, they finished almost 20 points out of the 4th playoff spot that went to the West Country Stars. But I think you raise a good point, Derek. The size of Ponoka to Medicine Hat is almost incomparable.
It's incomparable, and even some of those other small centers like Stettler and Airdrie, like Medicine Hat is still probably one of the bigger centers in this league, and they have a lot of talent to draw from.
Ponoka Stampeders playing a very patient box as the Cubs circling around. Timko's shot goes wide. Trotter then gives it up to Beal. Trotter tries to keep it in the blue line, goes off his stick and out of play. 5:54 left to go in the second period, and 1 minute and 4 seconds left to go in the power play.
Well, a game like this for coaches, Kevin Turner, and it's really just a matter of opening the gate and letting your boys play. And there's not much strategy you have to coach. You don't have to worry about power plays or penalty killing. Just send your guys out there, let the lines roll, let them all have fun. 32-9 to the shot, so it's really a game where you'll see some players probably will get to see some power play time that normally wouldn't, and get to see some penalty killing time that normally wouldn't. And so it's just kind of stand back and watch them play.
Davenport with a good stick check in the neutral zone, clears the puck back into the Cubs end. Trotter, number 24, building up ahead of steam, sidesteps a big hit, leaves it for Schaefer. Schaefer comes in, shot on Ingram. Pad save, Joel McCauley in for support. McCauley makes a move in the corner, then loses the puck. Comes all the way back down into the Cubs end. Chris Schwab now, number 7. He gains the Ponoka blue line, slaps it in. Brennan Holmras, the first one on the puck. He plays it down in the corner for Schaefer. Schaefer for McCauley. McCauley walks out in front. He looks for Holmras. Pass. First good defensive play this period we've seen by the Ponoka defenders. He slid down, blocked that pass. Now McCauley gives the puck away to Tornhatch. Tornhatch with a long, low shot, easily steered aside by Lilico. McCauley's first pass for Holmras. It's going nowhere. Long shot, Lilico again. Play back to even strength. Farragon works it out in front. Ponoka with a shot there. Scrambling now. Lilico down on all fours. Pushes the net off there as the puck was dancing around wildly around his crease.
Well, right there, a lot of standing and watching there by the Cubs defenseman. No one was knocked down, as you see, as Derek Lilico was trying to find the puck. Everyone was trying to dig for it, but in a situation like that, the defenseman's got to turn around and start knocking people down. You see a lot of traffic in front of the net here for Lilico. And there you see, no one's really, they're all just trying to fight for the puck. No one's really knocking anybody down. Trotter had his man, but Lilico finally, the net came off, so that's where the whistle came from.
Cheatham with a shot right off the draw. Lilico is there. Fisher behind his own net. He and Spencer. get their signals mixed up. Oh, that one's off the crossbar. Cheatham this time. Ponoka all around the Cubs right now with a good minute of pressure here. The last couple shifts. Fisher behind the net just trying to get a whistle. Eventually kicked that puck free, but the referee blew his whistle, and we're going to get a face-off in the Medicine Hat end, but a good chance there for Ponoka.
Good chance. That play developed. Tyler Marshall, he's responsible for that point man, and he got sucked into the corner a little too far, and he couldn't come out to that point man in time when the puck came out to him. And he just stepped into the middle, wired that shot. It hit something in front and went off the crossbar. And there you see the Cubs trying to clear the puck away desperately, but that's Marshall's responsibility to make sure that puck doesn't go back to the point like that and allow his man to step into one.
Bodies flying around everywhere. Timko for the Cubs. His pass in the neutral zone for Niven. Just a little bit ahead of Niven now, but Niven picks it up at the Ponoka blue line. His shot steered aside by Ingram. Resta, he can't clear it past Timko. Timko for Mazur. Mazur looking for the hat-trick goal. Can't get the handle. Resta comes out. A good first pass. And number 23 for Ponoka takes a long shot. Randy Marsh, that is, takes a long shot onto Derek Lillico. Rory Marsh, rather. Rory Marsh looked like he had a couple of steps on the
Well, I think Rory
defender.
Marsh saw Fisher coming back, and he knew he wasn't going to win that race, so he figured he better take the shot now. He's about 3 feet before he hit the blue line. Saw Mark Fisher barreling down at him, I believe it was coming back, and he knew he wasn't going to win that race, so he thought the best thing to do is just shoot the puck on net and get the face off.
There's a look at Derek Lillico, number 31 for the Cubs. 14 shots so far. Saw 6 after the first period, so he's been marginally busier so far. Ponoka actually coming on a little bit. Here's another odd man rush for the Cubs. Timko, Fisher, and Mazur. Timko, with a 3-on-1, takes a wide shot, easily steered aside by Ingram. Now Timko back for Spencer. Spencer to Niven. Niven plays it for Mazur. Mazur loses it at the blue line. He passes over for Fisher. Fisher regroups behind his own net. Gets away from Marsh. Gets away from Randy Rabbit. Steps away from 3 Ponoka defenders. Now we got a 4-on-3 here. And a goal right there. Brennan Hallmrast. A little bit of a broken play. Hallmrast just Johnny on the spot, so to speak. The puck was right at his feet, and he was able to go short side on Sean Ingram.
Mark Fisher started that play in his own zone, basically skating away from 3 Ponoka forwards. All 3 of them basically standing around. It was like walking around pylons. And then he was tripped up, and Cubs picked up the puck and ended up on Hallmrast. Here's Fisher. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. He gets tripped up here, but manages to push the puck forward. It'll eventually come back to Hallmrast, who hits it off. It looks like it went off McCauley's skate into the net.
So Hallmrast with his 2nd goal of the period, and the Cubs are coming back again, 3-on-2. McCauley's pass for Hallmrast, that would have been the hat-trick goal of the period, doesn't connect. Puck in the corner now. McCauley and Schaefer working for it. Schaefer comes out with it. He finds Riglin. Riglin for McCauley. McCauley, oh, he goes upstairs. And how do you do? Sean Ingram with the big glove hand save.
A great save by Ingram there, and McCauley was all alone, spun around looking for the top corner, and that's where that puck was headed. Ingram was able to get the glove out and make the big save. Really all this pressure in the zone. There you see McCauley all by himself. Well, that's the first chance. There's a spin around, shoots, and Ingram with the big glove save.
Brennan Hallmrast with his first 2 goals of the season so far. Now out front, Schaefer with a shot. Ingram blocks that. McCauley behind the net. Hallmrast now, he tries to work it out front. Ingram grits his glove on it. Ponoka running around here in their own end. We've seen a lot of that so far this game.
They're doing a lot of running around. There's an example of a defenseman not taking a man out in front of the net. Schaefer got the first shot, and technically he should have been on his butt after that, but the defenseman let him get the rebound, and he almost got another shot away. It's a matter of, you have to knock people down in front of your own net. They get 1 shot away, you can't let them get the 2nd one away.
Ward, Matt Ward for the Cubs, number 19. He plays it into Mazur, or Josh Johnson rather. Johnson takes a hit, puck's cleared into the neutral zone. Terry Owen works against Riglin. Tyler Marshall. Josh Johnson with the puck. Josh Johnson working out. Tom Pollard can't get his stick on it. Tyler Marshall, it's in his skates. Back to the point now for Schwab. Glove save, and then a goal right there. Josh Johnson parked on the doorstep of Sean Ingram, and it's been a very inhospitable welcome for Sean Ingram as he's taken over in the second period.
Well, Josh Johnson was tied up with Ingram in the crease, and eventually he got out of the crease, and Ingram was knocked down. I think he had a little bit of a discussion there with the referee about that, but he was knocked down, and Johnson eventually, you'll see here, all by himself at the side of the net, and Ingram couldn't get to him.
Johnson with his second goal of the period. Third of the season. Scorekeeper gives the goal to Tyler Marshall.
And that'll probably be changed. Johnson at the side of the net, not Marshall.
There's Marshall with a turnaround shot. That's blocked by Sean Ingram. Schwab now, he gets a long shot, again blocked by Ingram. Josh Johnson, number 22 for the Cubs, has had a very strong game. This line has had a very strong game. Pollard, he comes out, he walks out in front. The shot goes wide. Schwab is there. Ponoka just trying to clear it. Rugenkate, he gains his own blue line. Plays it over for Farragut. Pass doesn't connect, and now the Cubs break back. Timko with Pollard and Niven. Timko's shot does not go through. Blocked by Resta. Krochak for Randy Rabbit. Mark Niven breaks that up. Mark Niven making a move at the Ponoka end. He goes in, turns around, shot just wide. Sean Ingram blocks the lower part of the net. Just under 30 seconds left to go in the second period. 9-0, the Cubs out in front. Ponoka breaks back 2-on-2. Rory Marsh could not get through the wall. That is the Cubs blue line. Brennan Holmrast chips it back into the Ponoka end. See play a little bit more chippy now. There's Holmrast taking a run at Resta. Fisher cycles in. Just 1 second left on the clock. He's got to do something quick. Buzzer goes. Shots after 2 periods of play are 43 for the Medicine Hat Junior B Cubs and 14 for the Ponoka Stampeders. Schwab plays it into the Ponoka end. Kusi there to pick it up. Ponoka now breaks back. Davenport gains the blue line, loses the puck. Schaefer there throwing his weight around, takes a glove in the face from Cheatham. Couple glares.
I think Schaefer got the elbow up a little bit on Cheatham, and Cheatham didn't like that at all, and he came back at Schaefer.
So the Cubs, this is their 4th straight game at home, and it's their 4th game of the season. They look to win this one. They've improved their record to 3-1. They will then move out on the road for their first couple road games of the season. October 19th against the Livingston Rockmen. And on October 20th, they travel to Okotoks to play the Foothills Bisons.
Well, the Cubs will get a taste to see if Junior B hockey is a little different on the road than it is at home, because they're having a lot of success here at home. They're playing well at the Kinflex.
Josh Johnson. Marshall streaking for the net. Johnson looking for a player to pass to. Waited a little bit too long there. Now a one-on-one shaping up here. Ward plays his man well. Picks up the puck now in the corner. Ward for Pollard. Pollard one hand on the stick. Cannot get past Davenport. Davenport clears it back into the Cubs end. Wriglin there for the Cubs. Picks it up over for Pollard. Pollard chips it ahead. Josh Johnson now. He tries to go wide on Brugenkate. Brugenkate just kind of hangs on to the back of his leg to slow him down. Does a successful job. Ponoka's nets off, and the face-off will come outside. Just under 2 minutes into the third period.
Well, referee's letting them play here a little in the third period. I think as long as no one does anything stupid or too obvious, it was probably going to let it go. Just try and get this game in the books. And I'm sure he wants to get it in without incident as well.
Trotter for the Cubs. Plays it to his defense partner, Fisher. Fisher back for Trotter. Trotter headmans to Mark Niven. Niven works along, takes a hit, gets rubbed out in the Ponoka end. Davenport there with the puck, takes a hit from Timko. Timko throwing his weight around. Marsh plays it for Resta. Resta, Ponoka having some trouble working the puck. Some big bodies for the Cubs are working down low in the Ponoka end. Now a shot, a one-timer, Mark Fisher. Good save by Ingram. And Ponoka just clears it all the way back down the ice for an icing call. 3 minutes and 34 seconds into the first.
Well, good shot there by Fisher. He kept the puck low. Ingram just came across, made the save. That's what you want to do when you're on the point. Keep the puck low. You hopefully get a deflection. Besides, your forwards don't like it when you have to dodge pucks head high, so they usually give you a nice pair. So along the ice is the best place to shoot the puck when you're on the point.
Schwab keeps it in for the Cubs. Holmrast with 2 goals out in front now. Schaefer off the toe of his stick did not get what he wanted on that. Now Holmrast, he looks for McCauley. That's broken up by the Ponoka defender. Hansen now at the blue line. Ward, Schaefer over the net. This top line for the Cubs has been dangerous all game. Joel McCauley moves out to the middle and fires a shot wide. Richard Freeze now for Ponoka giving chase. A good hard chase. Lilico gives the puck there for McCauley, and one-on-one Brennan Holmrast. 2 goals in the second period. Looking for the third. Joel McCauley. His pass in behind Schaefer. A good idea there, but did not connect. Back breaks Cheatham. Cheatham for Freeze. Freeze on Lilico. An easy glove save there. Schaefer collects the puck. Schaefer with a pass for Holmrast. Holmrast tries to go around his man. Pollard picks up the puck for the Cubs. Drops it there for Holmrast. Now back to Pollard. Pollard out front for Riglin. That's too far in front of him. And the puck just gets out over the blue line. Chris Trotter there to pick it up. Trotter for Josh Johnson. Johnson back to Trotter. Trotter tries to go through the legs into Tyler Marshall. Puck comes back to him. Now he's got it at the red line. Just into the Ponoka end. Referee blows the whistle.
I believe Ponoka had too many men on the ice, and I think that's what's going to be the call. There's a kind of a mix-up there along the bench when they had the door open, and I believe somebody stepped out or someone touched the puck before the player coming off was on the bench, and that's going to be a too many men on the ice penalty, I believe.
Looks like number 18, Terry Owen, was in the penalty box. He's possibly serving this too many men penalty. Too many men, Derek, you're right. So the Cubs are on a power play leading 9-0. Stefan Riglin with a head of steam as he gains his zone, plays it back for Marshall. Marshall now for Trotter. Trotter with a long wrist shot, steered aside by Ingram. Josh Johnson picks up the puck. Johnson for Trotter. Trotter back to Johnson. Johnson steps around Bruggen Cates. Johnson now wheels out front. Oh, and Pollard just could not get enough of that pass there as Johnson set him up. Now the pass for a streaking Trotter out in front doesn't connect. Berrigan is able to clear it back into the Cubs' end. Pollard. He hits the line, winds up, fakes a shot, steps around in behind the net. Brandon Mazur works his way to the front of the net. Mazur looking for the hat-trick goal tonight. Schwab now just throws it out in front. Nobody there. And Davenport for Ponoka is able to clear it all the way back down the ice. Lilico starts it with a good pass to Mark Niven. Niven now gains the blue line. Throws on the brakes. Gains his own. Works towards the middle. Niven's shot goes wide. Niven picks up his own rebound off the boards. He's got the puck behind the net. Ponoka not doing much defending here. They play a very passive box. There's a good pass by Niven. And is that Mark Fisher with a good one-timer there for the 10th goal?
Fisher, yeah. Excuse me, I believe it is Fisher that came in there off the blue line. And a great pass by Niven. Ponoka basically just standing around watching the Cubs throw the puck around. And no one picked up Fisher. Came in on the back door. Found the net to make it an even 10.
Niven controlled the puck for a lot of this power play.
When Niven comes around, Ponoka just standing around here, really not doing much. And there's Fisher coming in, scores. It's that simple.
Good hand-eye by Fisher. A good, did not have to stop that puck. A good one-timer. Power play goal for the Cubs. Their second power play goal of the game. 2 power play goals and 2 shorthanded goals for the Cubs so far. So we get a whistle in behind the Cubs net. Mark Fisher with his first of the season.
Well, in a game like this, I guess the Cubs get to work on a lot of things. You get a bit more time to work on some things in the power play and the penalty killing units. And it's basically there. Fisher saw the opening. Nevin found him with it. It's also a chance to pad your stats if you're a Cub.
Ward gains his own blue line. Looks for a pass for Schaefer. That doesn't connect. Ponoka now breaks back. Randy Rabbit. Randy Rabbit sidesteps a hit from Riglin. Trotter. First pass for Schaefer. Schaefer with a touch pass to McCauley. Too far ahead of McCauley. He cannot catch up to it, and that's going to go all the way back into the Cubs' end for an icing.
There, look at Joe McCauley, number 25 for the Cubs. Really lit things up last year, was scoring at will. Over 100 points last year in the International Junior Hockey League. The Cubs are very happy to have him back this year.
Long shot by Bruggencate. Goes wide, then he works over Schaefer at the blue line. Little frustration, I'm sure, in the Ponoka's camp right now. Bruggencate tries to line up Schaefer. Schaefer goes wide on him. Leaves the puck for McCauley. McCauley now back to the blue line. Fanned on by Matt Ward. Randy Rabbit picks it up. Randy Rabbit's pass. And stood up there is Davenport, number 12 of Ponoka. Rory Marsh, number 23, a very big body for the Ponoka Stampeders. Goes in, takes a shot. Lilico makes a save. Making a mad dash for the rebound is number 9, Randy Rabbit, but Lilico quickly gets the glove on the puck on the 16th shot he's faced so far in this game.
Roy Marsh is a big player there, and he just saw Matt Ward bounced off him. He got the shot, weak one at that, and went to the net. There's the rebound there. Lilico was able to hold on.
Mark Fisher, the author of the 10th goal for the Cubs, plays it up for Trotter. Trotter pitches it ahead to Johnson. Johnson's had a good game. He tries to go wide. Pollard's there to pick up the puck. Kept in at the blue line by Trotter. Marshall with a weak shot that changed directions, almost went through, and there's a goal. Tom Pollard right there. Tom Pollard using his big frame. Get in front of that net of Sean Ingram, sets up shop, and he gets that puck and makes no mistake.
Well, Pollard parked himself in front of the net. They just waited and waited and waited. Eventually the puck came to him, and he didn't panic. He just took his time and roofed that shot. No chance for Ingram. Just getting a taste to see what Mark Howdle went through for the first period and a half. And there you see Pollard sets up shop. He's just waiting. The puck comes to him upstairs. That's goal number 11.
Pollard with his second of the game, scored back in the first period. Second of the season. Assists go to Trotter and Johnson.
Well, Trotter made a nice play at the beginning of that to keep the puck in the blue line, at the blue line. He pinched in. and Ponoka had 2 cracks at it. And Trotter was able to keep the puck in, and later on it resulted in the goal.
Well, you talk about padding stats, Derek. Johnson has got 2 goals and 2 assists now, so lots of numbers going up on the boards today for the Cubs. As they're out in front of Ponoka 11-0 in the 3rd period. We've played 7 minutes and 40 seconds of the 3rd period. So far we haven't seen too much rough stuff from Ponoka.
No, I think Ponoka wants to sneak out here as quietly as possible. Down 11 goals. They're just going to play it out and hope the score doesn't get too far out of hand or too laughable.
Mazer, he's looking for a hat-trick goal for Niven. Niven's weak backhander doesn't go through. There's a shot by Trotter that's deflected wide. Ponoka just clears it into the neutral zone. Now Richard Freeze, number 28, dives for that puck wildly, does not connect with it. Trotter's got it, plays it into the neutral zone. The captain for the Ponoka Stampeders, Cheatham, flips it back into the Cubs' end. And right back into the neutral zone for Cheatham. Now I think we might have a fight here. Jason Timko and Cheatham, they're looking at each other, and wouldn't you know it, I get sidetracked behind the play looking for a fight to start, and Ponoka scores their first goal. Tell me, Derek, what happened?
Timko and Cheatham were looking at each other, and I thought it was going to happen too, and at the other end, the shot comes in, and really it was a sharp angle shot, and I think Lilico was a little upset with himself, and he's upset that he lost the shutout. But I think we weren't the only ones that were sidetracked there. And here's the replay. Trotter with the puck and the giveaway. Weird bounce off the boards. There's the shot. And Lilico, probably upset with himself, figured he should have had that one. But it did look like Timko and Cheatham were going to start something there for sure.
So the goal for number 16, Shane Tornhatch, makes the score 11-1. Referee now going to call a penalty against the Cubs.
And Joe McCauley's going to go off. And I think if I was Kevin Turner, I'd tell my boys to stay away from any of this stuff. Right now, just play it out for no reason. I think McCauley there took a shot at one of the Ponoka players.
Yeah, I think when you're up 11-1, the last thing you want to do is start slugging it out with these guys and really taking the game down a road you don't necessarily have to go.
No, you don't have to go, and I think that's one of the things that should be addressed on the bench there. There's no reason. Just get into it. Let them, they want to leave quietly, let them leave quietly, take the 11-1 win. Chalk it up and go work for the next one. There's no need to risk injury or suspension or anything like that in a game like this.
Lilico hangs onto the puck. We'll get a face-off, and the Cubs end again. Power play for Ponoka has been ineffective, to say the least, so far this game. Brandon Mazer for the Cubs has scored 2 shorthanded goals so far. Cheatham there with a shot off the outside of the post. Ponoka almost with their second goal. Cubs trying to break in through the neutral zone. Holmras was trying to break by there, and it was deflected by Cheatham.
Well, I don't think Lilico saw that shot. Looked like he was leaning the other way and hit the outside of the post. A lot of traffic in front of him. And I think, you know, Lilico, yeah, he's lost his shutout, but he can't beat himself too much over it. Obviously, there's no chance of Ponoka getting back in this game, but Lilico's got to stay and stop the pucks that come to him from now on.
Stampeders with the puck in their own end. Cheatham gives it away to Johnson. Johnson looking for the hat-trick goal. Johnson with the backhander. Ingram with the save, and then he got crunched. A heavy hit in behind Sean Ingram. And the Ponoka end sounded like a back snapper of a check.
Well, there was 2 Ponoka Stampeders there, and somehow Johnson was able to wriggle his way out of there. And I don't think he's going to get the penalty. Here's the play again. Johnson, a giveaway. He has a chance. And And they took him into the boards very hard, actually, both the Ponoka players.
Dirk Brugenkate is in the box for Ponoka. But we've seen it time and time again so far in this game, carelessness in their own end with the puck, especially when they're on the power play. Ponoka just seems to go to sleep in their own end.
And there's another turnover. Johnson takes that again.
One hand on the stick, gets that shot through. Ingram makes a save. Josh Johnson again. This time he used Chris Trotter as a decoy, tried to go upstairs against Sean Ingram. Flipped it right over the glass. Nine minutes and 28 seconds left to go in the third period. A minute 18 left in the Joel McCauley penalty. And a minute 43 left in the penalty to Brugenkate for the Ponoka Stampeders. So we've got some 4-on-4 hockey here, and this should suit the Cubs. Some wide open play. They can use their speed. Pollard. He works around Hansen. Pollard and Hansen still going at it and behind the Ponoka net. Tornhatch picks it up. Potential breakaway here. Terry Owen, nice defensive play by Matt Ward there by the Cubs as he comes back towards the Terry Owen play. Now a foot race. Trotter, he pinches it forward.
And they're going to blow that down. They say the puck was gloved ahead. That's why it was blown down. And a nice play there by Matt Ward defensively. Chris Trotter got caught at the blue line trying to knock that puck down and went behind him and past him. Matt Ward came back, slid across, and was able to make the defensive play.
Mark Niven for the Cubs on the draw against Richard Freeze. Niven wins it back to Fisher. Fisher picks it up. He chips it ahead to Marshall. 2-on-2 shaping up here. Marshall for Niven. That pass just over Niven's stick. Niven first in. Does not come out with that puck. Back breaks Ponoka. Farragon, he can't get the handle in the neutral zone. He drops it for Freeze. Freeze, he works around Cubs Schaefer into the corner. Freeze comes out with the puck. Wildly out in front as Farragon and Cheatham take wild stabs at it, and the Cubs just cleared into the neutral zone. Niven now in a foot race. He dives against Cheatham. Still sliding into the corner. Cheatham falls on him. Tyler Marshall comes out now. Tries to do it himself. Joel McCauley out of the penalty box. Cannot pick up the puck. Joel McCauley now hits Richard Freeze. Schwab for McCauley. McCauley steps around Cheatham. Cheatham at the end of a long shift. There's Joel McCauley and a goal! Joel McCauley stepping around Cheatham like he was not even there, and then goes and makes a backhanded move and scores a goal.
McCauley looks like he's a little feisty there. He hadn't scored a goal yet, and I think he wanted to determine to change that. Took the puck, basically did everything on his own. Came around, walked around Cheatham like he was a pylon, and put the puck upstairs. So McCauley gets his first goal of the game. There you see there, he picks up the puck at center, walks around a defenseman who basically was standing still, and tucks it up.
So Joel McCauley with his first goal of the game makes it 12-1. Assists go to Chris Schwab. McCauley has 3 assists on the game. That's his first goal. And with 8:35 left to go in the third period, the Cubs hold a commanding 12-1 edge over the Ponoka Stampeders. Play in the Cubs end now. Referee signaling a penalty. Brandon Mazer for the Cubs kicks the puck. Nice pass to Timko. Delayed penalty against the Stampeders. Timko sidesteps a hit. Tim Hansen, number 17, fell into the boards very heavily. Has not got up.
Oh, he did go into the boards heavily. Timko did a little spinorama there. Kelly went into the boards very hard.
Looks like he's favoring a shoulder.
Tim Hansen went into the boards very hard. Ponoka's got to pick up a penalty on this play. Happened down there's the spinorama move. He went in head first, just about into the boards.
As Timko made that spinorama, he sort of caught the back leg of Timko and tripped head first into the boards. And it looks like the leg.
They're looking at his left leg or his left knee right now.
Penalty on the play goes to number 9, Randy Rabbit. 2 minutes for high sticking. Obviously, that's not the concern right now, though. The concern is the condition of Tim Hansen of the Ponoka Stampeders.
And they are looking at his leg, at his right knee, I believe it is. And there's Kyle Turner, the Cubs trainer, coming out having a look.
He really hasn't moved from that position since he fell, so you hope it's not a break or... We'll take a break now and we'll come back with 8 minutes and 12 seconds left in the third period.
Perkins Family Restaurant is proud to sponsor coverage of the Transline Pipeline Cubs. After the big game, be sure to bring the team in for a bite to eat. Perkins Family Restaurant for breakfast, lunch,
Advantage here. Oh, and a delayed penalty right there as Josh Johnson got the stick up on Dirk Bruggencate. He'll plead his case to the referee, but that infraction happening right in front of the referee.
Well, not much of a case to plead there. Johnson got the stick up and caught Bruggencate right under the chin, right in front of the referee. So really not much of a case to plead.
So 32 seconds left to go on the penalty to Randy Rabbit of the Ponoka Stampeders. We'll play 4-on-4 hockey for that length of time. 6:44 left to go in the third period. Junior B Cubs out in front, 12-1. Pollard now to Marshall. Marshall, that shot stopped easily by Ingram. Resta now working against Pollard. Resta takes Pollard out of the play. Bruggencate still out there. Marshall at the blue line. Marshall over for Schwab. Schwab's shot is blocked by Resta. Comes back to him. He plays it for Pollard. That pass did not connect. Randy Rabbit now out of the penalty box. Ponoka on the power play for the next minute and a half. Terry Owen, a 2-on-1. Berrigan blocked there by Schwab in the corner. He tries to hold on to that puck, but it squirts out to Pollard. Pollard at his own blue line. Makes a move around Cheatham. Now for Marshall. Marshall tries a little touch pass over to Ward. That does not connect. Streaking back. Good speed here from Davenport. Davenport over to Tornich. Tornich and Fisher going at it. The referee blows the whistle. It's like the net is off the moorings and behind Derek Lilico.
Well, 2-on-1 there for Ponoka. Didn't even get a shot off. Matt Ward got caught at the blue line, and Ponoka came back on a 2-on-1. But they weren't able to get a shot off. Now the faceoff comes outside because the net was knocked off by a Ponoka player.
I have to make a scoring change correction. The goal by the Ponoka Stampeders was scored by Nick Haycock. Nick Haycock is number 16 for Ponoka, as we see that puck and Nick Haycock working out in front, and Derek Lilico. There were a number of number changes at the start of the game. We got a list of the roster, and a lot of the guys' numbers didn't match up to what they were wearing. So got lots of little notes here on the side, and it was not Tornhatch, it was Nick Haycock with a Ponoka goal. Face off now to the stick right of Derek Lilico. 5:20 to go. Ponoka on the power play. Back for Cheatham. Cheatham's shot goes wide. Partially blocked by Niven. Husey at the line with the shot. Gets through. Haycock tries to get a stick on that. Cheatham now. Oh! And Lilico without a stick. Puck just squirted under his glove. Now Fisher gets him his stick back. Ponoka still with the puck. Cheatham at his own blue line. Off the glass. Haycock. Now back for Husey. Husey with the rolling puck. Stopped there. Now worked out front is Terry Owen. Ponoka with some good pressure here. Oh, Richard Fries could not score, and right there on the rebound is number 16. We'll get his name right this time. Nick Haycock with his second of the period.
Well, Lilico's flopping around like a fish out of water there, trying to do everything to keep the puck out of the net. And some good pressure by Ponoka. The Cubs can't clear. We'll see here, there's Lilico on the ground, gets back up. Can't clear the zone. The shot comes in. Lilico makes a save. All sorts of traffic in front. Loses his stick. Almost sneaks in. So a lot of traffic in front of the net. A lot of chances. The Cubs again fail to clear the puck, but it'll eventually come back around in front of the net.
Good sustained pressure, though, from the Stampeders for the first time.
Lilico couldn't glove that one. He's on the ground. This one's going to hit him right in the chest. And then the rebound and into a wide open net.
So the score is now 12-2. Junior B Cubs out in front in the third period. 4 minutes and 15 seconds left to go. Riglin with the puck.
Cubs are getting sloppy in their own end here.
Mark Niven. He steps into Farragon. And a Mazer with a good backhanded pass for Timko. Timko with the slap shot. Ingram there to turn it aside. Bruggen-Kate takes a big hit from Niven. Now Marsh cannot find his feet. He's tripping all over in the neutral zone. Ward breaks back in for the Cubs. Ward now getting worked over by Jevney. Joel McCauley, no surprise, comes out with the puck. Good backhanded pass for Niven. Niven walks in, square into the chest, and Joel McCauley there on the rebound. He gets his second straight goal. Mark Niven having all sorts of difficulty standing up over the far boards. Credit Joel McCauley with his second goal.
Now McCauley there, Johnny on the spot, gets the rebound, and the Cubs come back, get a couple of good chances. Really, Ponoka would have had a chance if Rory Marsh didn't trip over the blue line there. There was an outlet pass. He had some space here on the wing. Kind of fell over the blue line and let the Cubs regain the puck. And a lot of good sustained pressure. Good work in the corner there. To dig the puck out. McCauley digs the puck out. And there's the shot. McCauley will pick up the rebound and put it home.
There's a goal scorer's goal. He passes off to Niven at the point. Niven's shot goes in, makes a shot, but where's McCauley? Right in front of the net. His second of the game. Makes the score 13-2 now for the Cubs out in front. Niven with an assist.
McCauley's got 2 in this period. I'm sure he'll be looking for his third.
Mazer with another assist. Puck is cleared into the neutral zone, so 13 goals for the Cubs so far. Nobody yet with a hat trick. We've got McCauley with 2. Pollard's got 2. Johnson has 2. Holmrast has 2. Now we're going to get a tripping penalty late in the game here. 2:55 left to go. Referee indicates a trip against the Ponoka Stampeders.
Well, McCauley split the defense there. And was just tripped up at the last minute. The referee makes a call.
Cheatham for the Stampeders will go off. Top line of Holmrast, Schaefer, McCauley. Out for what will most likely be the final power play of the game. McCauley now with the puck, gains the Ponoka blue line. Side steps, passes over to Holmrast. Holmrast back to McCauley. Oh, and a good toe save by Sean Ingram there. Nice little give and go between Holmrast and McCauley, and Ingram was equal to the task. Schwab with the puck, leaves it for Holmrast. Holmrast with a head of steam. Gains the Ponoka blue line, goes wide. Resto working against Holmrast. Holmrast leaves it there for McCauley. Streaking in is Chris Trotter. He can't get the puck, but kept in neatly by Fisher. To McCauley, Holmrast. Holmrast trying to work it out for Schaefer. Schaefer now getting worked over in the corner, but Holmrast is there to pick up the puck. Holmrast comes in and scores! There's a hat trick goal for number 9, Brennan Holmrast, using Joel McCauley as not a screen, but a decoy.
Well, defenseman Dirk Bruggen-Kate is kind of stuck there between 2 minds. He didn't know whether to go after Brennan Holmrast or stick around and stay with Joel McCauley at the side of the net. He decided to stay with McCauley, and Holmrast just came out of the corner. Hard, low shot. Ingram didn't make much of an effort on it.
That's the play developing a little bit earlier. Schaefer doing some good board work.
Alvarez comes out of the corner, stands there. Nice hard low shot.
Almrast is with his third of the game. There's a one-handed shot. Lilico flopping around again, able to keep that puck out. Just a minute and a half left to go in the third period. The score now 14-2. Chris Trotter, number 24 for the Cubs. Looks like he's trying to get something going out in front. With Jevny of Ponoka. The referee has put his whistle away so far. Ponoka goaltender Sean Ingram tries to take out Marshall in behind the net. The puck comes out for Josh Johnson. Make the score 15-2.
Well, I think Ingram showing his little frustration there. He was trying to take out Marshall. Marshall, one of those slippery characters that a little tough to get a hold of. He's able to sidestep the check, throw it out in front, and Johnson puts it away. And it's just one of those things where it's getting frustrating.
I don't think that bus can get warmed up fast enough.
No, I'm sure it's ready to go here. I'm not sure what the discussion is. The referee's going to talk to the goal judge. Referee, I believe it's Greg Sauer, the referee, one of the local referees. If it's not, I apologize, but I believe it is him. He's done a very good job here tonight, letting these guys play, and the game hasn't got out of hand, which sometimes is a concern heading into the third period. But I'm not sure what the discussion is, whether the puck went into the net or not. It looked like it did. So, having a discussion. It is a goal, pointed to center.
Not sure. It clearly went in from our vantage point, so I'm not sure.
Well, it may have gone in and out so fast that they're just having a discussion about it.
So Josh Johnson, his third goal of the game, makes it 15-2. Junior B Cubs. Yes, you did hear that score right. 15-2. Shots on goal 57-23. Medicine Hat out in front. And the Cubs keep coming.
A minute to go here in the period.
There's a Ponoka player falling into Derek Lilico in the goal. We're going to get a face-off outside of the Cubs' end. Now we see Kevin Turner, the head coach, putting a line out of Joel McCauley, Brandon Mazer, and Tom Pollard. All players with 2 goals so far in this game.
Well, he's trying to get one of them to get a hat trick here and see if they're able to connect here at 15 with less than a minute to go, actually.
Schwab to Pollard. Pollard can't get out of his net. Haycock now. He's got 2 goals in the third period for Ponoka. Finally loses the puck. Resta at the point. He chips it back down into the zone. Freeze leaves it for Haycock. Haycock back to the point to Resta. Resta with the move. Just chips it back down into the Cubs' end. Pollard now. Cubs trying to get out of their net. Now out in front and a goal by Ponoka. Literally standing on top of Derek Lilico. Could not see a number. I think it might be Richard Freeze.
I believe it was Rory Marsh in front of the net.
Oh, big Rory Marsh.
Rory Marsh and Chris Schwab had his hands full with Marsh in front of the net. Marsh just backed up into Lilico, and Schwab was trying to get him out, and there's a huge battle in front. There you see in the top corner. They're just battling away, and just Schwab's just backing up, and Schwab's got his hands full, and Marsh finally turns around and bangs the puck in.
Marsh still hasn't gone down.
He hasn't gone down. There's 3 Cubs on the ice. See how big he is, and they just couldn't move him. Poor Chris Schwab just couldn't get Marsh out of the way. And he was trying for a good half minute there to move the big guy, but he wasn't going anywhere. He was standing still, and he's rewarded with a goal.
So Marsh, who 5 minutes ago tripped over at the blue line, negating a good scoring chance for him going down the other way, is able to park his big frame out in front of the net, score the 3rd goal of the period, 3rd goal of the game for Ponoka. Draws them a little closer, and I really mean a little closer, because the score is 15-3 with just 17 seconds left to go.
Well, it was a real David and Goliath battle there. Schwab doing his best to try and get rid of Marshall. Marshall wasn't budging. He wasn't moving. Schwab was trying anything within the rules, maybe bending him a little. And the referee was right in front. He saw the whole battle, so he let them go battle away. And Marsh eventually won that battle.
Here's a look at number 23, the back of Marsh. He's rewarded with another shift here. Is Ponoka again, Rory Marsh. Oh, and another glorious chance. You see, he cannot collect that puck as it's bouncing wildly. Now the Cubs break out. Joel McCauley. McCauley finds Trotter. And the buzzer goes to end regulation. And Ponoka, it's going to be a long trip home after a 15-3 defeat here to the hands of the Junior B Cubs at the Kinplex.
Well, shades of last year, I guess, for the Junior B Cubs playing in that International Junior Hockey League. They had lots of nights like this. This is probably maybe a little unexpected, but they came out and really dominated the game. Start to finish, a couple of late goals by Ponoka. Gives them something to celebrate, but it was really all Cubs, and Ponoka just couldn't keep up to the Messenac Cubs. They just had too much speed.
So Josh Johnson finishes with a hat trick. Holmrast finishes with a hat trick. McCauley with 2 goals. Pollard with 2 goals. Mazer with 2 goals for the Cubs. Lots of guys with padding the stats in this game. The shots on goal for the game, 57 for the Junior B Cubs and just 24 for the Ponoka Stampeders. I will make my way downstairs, and when we come back, I'll have a post-game.
Perkins Family Restaurant is proud.
The winning side of the scoreboard, and the shot clock is what really impressed me. We shot the puck today, and you know, good things happened for us. We worked hard. Everybody did their job, did what they were supposed to do, and we got the win. So yeah, we're happy.
First period, he had 18 shots there, and I think if it wasn't for Howdle, their goaltender, it probably could have been 7 or 8-0 at that point.
Well, you know, these guys, we used that first home opening game where we played Airdrie, and you know, we were on the other side of that shot clock, and the one thing that we are trying to make these guys understand, that if you don't shoot the puck, there's no way it's going to get into the net. So shoot the puck, shoot the puck, shoot the puck is the philosophy we're using, and it worked for us today. We had a lot of good effort out there, and you know, our penalty killing was great. Mazer got 2 shorthanded goals for us. I mean, what can you say about a guy that goes out and works hard for you and does that? So we're happy all the way around. We're settling in, and you know, hopefully good things are going to continue to happen for us.
If there was one negative in the third period, maybe giving up 3 goals, is that a negative from your standpoint?
Yeah, it is. You know, you always want to finish strong. Any game, regardless of what side of the scoreboard you're on, you want to finish strong. And what happens when you get into games like this, when everything's going your way, we're getting the bounces and the puck's going in the net for us, and they start getting away from that team concept and that game plan that we had, and guys start trying to do it by themselves. And towards the end there, they were trying to set up certain guys so they could get their hat tricks and whatnot. And I know that's part of it and everything, but they still have to concentrate on a full team effort, and you know, they still got 5 skaters out there. Use them, work with them. So there's still a little bit of educating to be done, and you know, it's a learning curve. I said it before, and it's going to be a big learning curve for us, but we're up to the task.
Now you're 3-1 after the 4-game homestand. You hit the road for 2 games. Will that change things?
Well, we'll see. You know, it'll give us a chance. These guys can get out and get on the road. And when you start living together for weekends at a time and stuff like that, you know, you want that. You know, the team starts coming together. Guys start knowing each other a little bit better, and they have time to sit around and talk. You know, and spend some time together away from the rink. But we're looking forward to it. We were fortunate enough to have our first 4 games at home, and with the lack of exhibition games that we had, that was a bonus for us. So yeah, we're looking forward to getting on the road and seeing what's out there. You know, you just winning in your barn's not enough. You got to get out and you got to win in theirs. And you know, everybody in the league knows that Staveley's got that little rink in there, and there's a huge adjustment when you get into that place. So you know, that's the adjustment we have to make, and we go right from there to Okotoks. Well, their ice surface there is bigger than ours here. So you know, we're going to have to make those adjustments as we go, and you know, we're going to have to be paying attention to our game plans and making sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to.
Well, congratulations on the win, and good luck.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right. That's head coach Kevin Turner, the Medicine Hat Junior B Cubs. I will wave in one of the stars of the game, one of the hat trick guys. Come on down, Brennan Holmrast. Brennan Holmrast and Josh Johnston are going to talk to me as well here on the post game. Number 9, Brennan.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
Pretty good.
Okay, we got both of them coming in right now here, so we'll take it with both of them. Brennan, tell me about the game. 3 goals for you. Ponoka maybe a bit of a tired team.
Yeah, they were tired. They had a game last night, had a tough one with Pitcher Butte. They came in, they worked real hard, but we took the wind out of their sails by getting some quick goals early.
Lots of shots too, that seemed to be the key. 18 shots in the first period?
Yeah, and then 40 after the second. There's, you know, that's a game worth of shots in 2 periods, so their goaltenders were getting shelled a little bit and can't really give them any blame at all.
Now Josh, I was calling you Winchura because my program hadn't been changed to reflect number 22 was Johnston. So 3 goals tonight, you seemed like you're really flying out there.
Yeah, originally this season I wasn't actually gonna play, but once I saw their first game, I was just like, looks like a good league, looks fast, looks like it's competitive, so I thought I'd come out, and it's just fun to be back out on the ice.
Ponoka, perhaps you caught them on. They played last night, lost 7-2. They're playing an afternoon game. It's pretty tough to probably get the legs going again right away.
Yeah, well, we heard other factors factored into it too. Their pregame meal was a burger and fries, so, and you know, they were drowning their sorrows after their loss yesterday, so we didn't take them too lightly. We put it to them even though.
So what do you think of the competition so far? 4 games in so far in the Heritage Junior B. How does it compare?
Oh, it's way faster, way tougher hockey. There's strong boys that can skate with us in this league. A lot of teams thought we'd be a pushover, and we've surprised them, but so far anyways, they've been real good teams. Ponoka had a bad game, and I'm sure they'll have a better challenge for us next time as well.
Well, you hit the road now. Good luck. We'll see you again, guys.
Okay, thanks a lot.
All right. That's Brennan Halmrast and Josh Johnson in a 15-3 win here for the Medicine Hat Junior B Cubs over the Ponoka Stampeders. Those 2 guys each scoring 3 goals. On behalf of everybody involved in the broadcast, our volunteer crew, the director, Pat Cook, my color commentator today, Derek Van Diest, I'm Jeff Allen.
Tully, good first shift on this overtime frame. He goes off. There's a good solid hit by Fisher. And Chris Trout.
Welcome to Medicine Hat Junior B Cubs hockey on Monarch Community Programming. I'm Jeff Allen. Today's game features Medicine Hat and the Lacombe Wranglers. The Cubs are off to an excellent start in their first